Okay, and we'll get started now. Again, thank you again for joining me for this program planning and enrollment session. My name is Annie Bosire, and I'm one of the academic advisors. A few years ago, I was also in the same situation where I initially started as an engineering student and quickly realized that engineering might have not been the path for me, which led me to switching into arts and science. And as you all know, arts and science has so many programs that at times you might find that very overwhelming. And I'm hoping by the end of this session that I'll be able to answer some of your questions or even go through the information that you need to help you with your program and planning. Okay, so on our agenda today, we have a few things we have that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the degree requirements, what are programs and why we need them, the different program types, when and how to enroll, and some of the important information to know during this period. And lastly, we'll go through the frequently asked questions that we see through advising different students and that have come up throughout the years. So on this screen, we can see that we have a few planning tools. That is the Arts and Science Calendar, the Program Toolkit, ACORN, Degree Explorer, and Career Navigator. I found that these tools have been are really great to help you as you plan for your programs, and they're able to go into specific details that make your decision making much easier. For instance, the Arts and Science Calendar, it's more of a reference document. And through that, it provides you the information about the programs of studies, the courses, degree requirements, rules and regulations of the Faculty of Arts and Science, and also your rights and responsibilities as a student at the university. We'll briefly have a look at that to know what that looks like. And when it comes to the program toolkit, this gives you more of a comprehensive overview of all the topics and resources when it related to program planning and exploration. Again, we'll go over the different facets of the program toolkit and how that will come in handy. By now, most of you are aware of ACORN, and this is where you get to make all the changes when it comes to your personal information and also when it comes to your program changes and courses. So when it comes to planning for your programs or courses, we have different planning tools that you can use. However, when it comes to actually enrolling in these programs, ACORN will be the place to do that. And also, as you know, ACORN is the platform that you'll be able to view your grades, financial information, and also view your timetable. As for the Degree Explorer, it's the university's planning tool, and it allows you to view your progress towards your programs and degree requirements. Something that I find really cool about the Degree Explorer is that it has an embedded planning tool that allows you to plan your courses for the years ahead. With that, I found that to be really helpful, especially for students who are not sure about the program combinations they probably want to take. And with the planner side, you're able to view the different requirements and how long everything's going to take for you. And lastly, it will be looking at the Career Navigator. These allows you to see the different career paths that previous alumni have taken and some of the professional programs that they have chosen to take when they decided to pursue graduate school. It is such an amazing reference tool, especially for students who are not sure how their degree will work out for them, including the skills they'll get. So I'll go ahead and show you those tools that I was just referring to. Okay. So we can see here's the academic calendar, and we can see the degree requirements, the rules and regulations, just what I went through about your academic record, the rules and regulations when it comes to course enrollment, late withdrawals, all of that, and also your rights and responsibilities. However, for today's session, I'll bring your attention just to the program areas. That's where we'll be mostly focused on. And through that, we'll get to see the alphabetical list of all the programs. Through the academic calendar, you'll also get to see the specifications of each of the programs. So for the program you're interested in, you'll get it from the alphabetical list. click on the major or the specialist, or depending on the type of program you're planning to enroll in, and look at the requirements. Again, we'll reference this later on to see how using the academic calendar will come in handy. The other tool that I mentioned is the program toolkit. I find this to be very resourceful and comprehensive in the sense that it gives you everything you know about a program. So from what is a program, how to apply. They also have the program exploration days. These are days where you can go and talk to different alumni, faculty, and even staff about the programs you're interested in and just get more information about that. It also has stories from upper year students who get to, they had the recorded videos telling you their decision making process and how they ended up with the different program combinations they chose. The other tool I referred to was ACORN, and ACORN has an amazing page of how to that gives you a step-by-step guide on how to use it. Again, if you're not sure about how to enroll in your programs, this is where you'll reference, but then again, we'll go through that later on during our presentation. And lastly, lastly, we have the Degree Explorer here. These allows you to review your overall progress when it comes to your degree or program. As I also mentioned, it has the planner tool that allows you to plan ahead for hypothetical programs and hypothetical courses that you will take in the future. I find that to be a tool that many students are not aware of. So definitely feel free to explore your Degree Explorer, add in the different hypothetical programs and courses you're planning to take, just to see if it's a realistic plan or you need to change your academic plan. And lastly, it's the Career Navigator. This is one of the best tools I've recently come to learn of. Here you get to see all the different program areas, and I'll just click on a random one. Let's do English. So what this does is allows you to see the skills that you get by the end of the 4 years. It also allows you to see the different industries that the previous alumni have gone into. For those who went into the working industry, for those who chose graduate or professional school, you also get to see the different programs that they chose. Another cool part about the Career Navigator is under the alumni section. Through this part, you're able to see all the different avenues, all the different pathways that the students have gone into. In some instances, it may not be a typical career path that you would associate the program with. And that's why I find these to be a really resourceful place just to see what other avenues or areas you could go with that specific program. Okay. All right, now that we've gone through the different program planning tools, it's time for us to talk about degree requirements and how they're tied with the programs. All degrees awarded by the Faculty of Arts and Science require and are defined by the programs of study a student completes as a degree requirement. These programs identify the subject areas the student has pursued and completed. In this next page, we'll look at the academic the next page, we'll look at the requirements for each of the degrees uh, for the academic calendar summarizing the degree requirement at the Faculty of Arts and Science. As we can see here, students is required to complete up to 20 credits, and we also have the different level of credits when it comes to the 200 up until the 400 level. And we also have the program requirements. That is what will be our primary focus during this presentation. We have the CGPA requirement, and we also have the breadth requirement. Some of you already are aware that the breadth requirements are put in place to allow students to take courses outside of the program areas. This is a good opportunity for students to take courses and you get to learn a different language, a different culture, or even take this group of courses to allow you to complete a focus or even a certificate. So, what are programs? Programs are groupings of courses in one or more discipline. So, if you take courses that are tied to history or economics, then the chances are that you'll end up graduating with that program. Something to be mindful of is that the program you enroll in will determine the type of degree you receive. There are three different types of degrees students enrolled in the Faculty of Arts and Science can graduate with. That is either an honors Bachelor of Arts, an honors Bachelor of Science, or a Bachelor of Commerce degrees. So to address the next question, why programs? Why do you need programs? In your first year, you selected your first year courses based on the admission categories. And the admission categories are either the computer science, humanities, the life sciences, physical and mathematical sciences, Rotman commerce, and social sciences. The admission categories helped you in giving your priority into the required courses you needed for your program. But something that you need to note is that you're not limited to courses and programs in your admission categories. You have the option of exploring programs outside the admission categories, and many students have chosen this pathway and they've really come to love that. So please do not feel limited to taking programs only in your admission categories. You can look at the different admission categories if that's something you're interested in. What we recommend is that if you choose to take programs in a different admission category, please reference the academic calendar to make sure that you're meeting the program requirements or if there are any prerequisite courses required for you to complete before getting into the program. By the end of your first year, you'll be expected to enroll in programs, and that is after completing 4 credits or on the way to completing 4 credits. And again, completion of the correct program combination is required in order to graduate. As we saw in a previous slide, the program combination we're referring to is the one highlighted. A student is expected to enroll in either one specialist, 2 majors, or 1 major with 2 minors. And again, we'll go over this in details and we'll see how the different tools will help you keep track of that. Okay. So next we're going to talk about the different program options that I just mentioned. So we have specialist programs and this entails between 10 to 14 credits. For specialists, they tend to offer the deepest and most extensive study of the subject matter in question and almost always represent the key area of degree studies. Specialists, they tend to cover extensive and a large breadth of knowledge different when you compare that to the major, it has fewer credits, that is between 6 to 8 credits. It also offers a comprehensive study of the subject matter and maybe the primary area of degree studies complemented with another major or another minor. For the minors, you only need to complete 4 credits and they tend to offer just a fundamental study of the subject matter, and they also complement degree studies where a major or a specialist is also being pursued. When it comes to the program combinations, a student can enroll in up to a maximum of 3 programs. However, one of them has to be a minor. You can choose programs from a variety. You can choose programs from different combinations, but mostly in the Faculty of Arts and Science. Okay. So when it comes to answering the questions, what will you choose? This is a good time for you to think about how diverse you want your programs to be. If interested in specializing in a focus area, then a specialist will be ideal. However, if interested in a more diverse background, then taking the major or minor combination will be ideal. Some questions to help you as you decide the programs you want to enroll in. Do my programs fit in with my long-term academic and career goals? What do I want to study? How in depth do I want to go? And also something that we'll talk about for students planning to apply to limited programs, we encourage you to have backup programs. So what programs will be your backup? Okay, so just something to think about. Again, at this point, the world is your oyster. You can look at the different programs, different topics you're interested in. I'm sure there's a program that we offer that covers that. Look into that to see if you have the required prerequisites, and you're welcome to talk to an academic advisor or a program advisor to learn more about that. Again, the program toolkit will be a very good place to review this, and we'll see that in a few. Again, my apologies. All right, so next we're going to talk about the different program types in the Faculty of Arts and Science. There are two types of programs within the Faculty of Arts and Science. We have the open and limited, and each program type has a different application process. As we go through this section, we'll look at their enrollment periods and also how to enroll on ACORN. So for open programs, they do not have a specific required courses. As long as a student is on track to completing 4 credits, then you should be eligible to apply to open programs. The enrollment period tends to be early March as of March 1st, and that goes on till late September. How do you apply to this program? Again, I'll show you how to do that, but you'll go to the Arts and Science calendar and look up the program you're interested in. Be sure that it's an open program. Select the code, the major code or the minor code that you're interested in. Log into ACORN and find the academic section, enroll and manage, type in the code, and that should get you enrolled in the program. When it comes to open programs, the program was immediately active. You do not have to wait for anything beyond that. It's just logging into ACORN and enrolling in the program. A good example of that is the applied mathematics specialist here. When it comes to enrolling in this program, you'll get the code, the ASSPE 2053. 2053, and that's what you put in your ACORN that will bring up this program, and then you can enroll in that. Again, as I mentioned, open programs do not have specific requirements. However, under the completion requirements, they have a list of courses students are expected to take. And especially when it comes to the first year courses, those are considered the core courses in order for you to successfully do well in the upper year courses. So it's important for you to check out the completion requirements for these open programs and determine if you're enrolled in those courses or if you're not enrolled to plan to take them in order to do well in those programs. The next program types we'll look into are the limited programs. And for these programs, apart from completing the 4 credits, they're looking at specific prerequisite courses. And also apart from the specific prerequisite courses, they're looking at minimum grades in order for students to get into these programs. Something to be mindful of is that the published minimum grade may not be a guarantee for you to get into the program, as with each year the applicant pool changes, and if the average in that year is higher, then the cutoff to get into the program will be different. So definitely check in with a specific program department or webpage to make sure that you're aware of the specific cutoff grade in order to plan for your courses and how much you need to get in order to get into the program. And for some of the limited programs, they have special requirements like supplementary applications, an essay, or audition. There's a specific to like the computer science stream, the music, or even the Rotman Commerce. So when it comes to the enrollment period for the limited programs, it's a little bit different compared to the open programs. While for the open programs, you can enroll in the programs between March and September, no problem. For the limited programs, they're governed by 2 request periods. And what differentiates these 2 request periods is when you get to complete the program requirements or prerequisites required to get into the program. So for students who expect to finish or to complete the prerequisite courses by the end of the fall winter session, it is recommended for you to apply to the programs during the first request period. And that is as of early March to late April. And students will be able to check the results between late April and early June. However, for students who might not have met the minimum grade required to get into these programs or need to retake some courses in the summer, then you'll be applying during the second request period, and this will be during early June to August, and you're expected to check the results between late August to early September. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to view all this information easily through some of the tools that we went over earlier on. Okay, so when it comes to the program toolkit, this will be your place to look up the different program types. And again, if you wanted to just have a quick overview, the programs in A to Z order will be the place to do that. So when you come to this page and you click on the programs, you can easily see if it's a limited or open program. And it also tells you the request periods if a program has both first or second request periods. Something to be mindful of is that some programs have both first and second request period, that is for the limited programs, while others have only one request period. So it's very important for you to check that in order to plan for your programs. As you can see, for a student planning to go into biochemistry, they only have one request period. What this means is that the student needs to be meeting all the prerequisite courses by the end of this fall winter session. If that's not the case, then the student will be advised to enroll in a backup program as they work towards the prerequisite to apply to the biochemistry program during the following program enrollment period. Okay, so this will be the place to look at, if a program is open or limited and the request periods. And also the academic calendar will be the place for you to do that. So when you look at the programs, I'll just select anthropology there. So depending on the program combination you choose, if you want to take a major, you'll click on the major. You'll see that it states it's a limited enrollment program, and also it states the specific courses they're looking at in order for you to get into the program. Just a quick reminder that the slash means or, and so you have the option of taking either or, not everything. Okay. All right. So we've gone over the limited programs and the enrollment period. So we're going to look at how to enroll in the limited programs on ACORN. Similar to the open programs, it will be the same process. However, instead of getting an active confirmation that you enrolled in the program, the status next to the program code will change to requested. So the students are expected to check the results to see if the department has invited you to enroll in the program. There are three possible statuses that a student can receive, that is invited, refused, or requested. So once you request the program after they've sent an invite to you, you'll see the request change to invite. And a student is expected to accept the invite in order for that to change into accepted. Okay, and then that will in turn make the program active. And again, as we've seen on the academic calendar, when it comes to limited programs, be sure to consult the academic calendar to look at the specific requirements that they're looking at in order for you to get into the program. As you can see for this actual science major, they're looking at your MAT 137 and MAT 157 grade, and you need to get either 63 for the MAT 137 or a 60 for the MAT 157. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, students are encouraged to have backup programs should they not get into the limited programs. What this will entail is, finding an open program that you can enroll in, and as long as it fits the right program combination, that is one specialist, two majors, or one major with two minors. Collaborative licenses. So these are programs that are hosted in collaboration with the Faculty of Medicine, and these programs are limited and they only have one request period. Students can apply up to a maximum of 6 collaborative license programs, inclusive of the majors or specialists, on top of any additional programs in the Faculty of Arts and Science that's not part of the collaborative life sciences. So should you choose to apply to the programs in collaborative life sciences, you can apply up to a maximum of 6. If you choose to enroll in the seventh one, that'll be removed, then you'll still remain with the 6. Something that's a little bit different when it comes to the collaborative life sciences is their decision making process. They have a different system of decisions called iterations, where students who apply during the first request period have 3 decision rounds. So what that entails is that if a student applies during the first decision, the first request period, the decisions will be sent out in 3 ways, and the student has to accept the invite. If you do not accept that, then your invite will expire. And at that point, you'll have to either reapply or seek a special accommodation through the department. Again, something to note, this only happens during the first request period, not the second request period. Students who apply during the second request period, it's similar to the other limited programs where you apply during early June and late August and check results between late August and early September. And also for the second request period, there are no decision iterations. It's just one round of decisions. So apart from programs we also have focuses, and we also have other things called certificates. When it comes to focuses, they're taken in conjunction with a specialist or a major. Focuses are normally not mandatory, and they enhance our student plans the completion of their programs. A completed focus will show on a student's transcript. And when it comes to adding the focuses, you have the option, some allow you to do it directly on ACORN, while for others, you're expected to reach out to the department for them to enroll you in that focus. Next is the certificates. Different from the focuses, students do not need to be enrolled in a specific program uh, in order to enroll in a certificate. And certificates tend to require completion of 2 up to 3 credits. Something to note is that certificates do not offer any kind of professional certification. However, annotation will be added to the student's transcript confirming the completion of the certificate. Okay, so when enrolling in these certificate programs, it will be the same way you can enroll in some specific ones through ACORNs, while others require approval through the department. And I will again get to show you a quick way to view certificates when it comes to the calendar. So we have the course search, and we also have the program and certificate search. So this will be the area if you just wanted to look at the focuses and also certificates. Under the type section, you have the option of filtering that and click apply. That will give you all the different programs that have the focus. Again, just remember a focus is it taken in conjunction with a specific major or a specialist. However, if you're interested in a certificate, you'll also do the same. And when you click on that, you'll be able to see all the different certificates. Again, these certificates, you just need to complete between 2 to 3 credits. And just once you take the specific set of courses, you should be able to graduate with that certificate. Okay. Now that we've gone through how to enroll on ACORN, here's a quick visual guide to help you with the program enrollment. So again, once you log into your ACORN under the academic section, you'll go to the enroll and manage and then select the program section. Uh, as we saw, you'll go to the academic calendar and find the code there. Type it under the search function. Be sure to select programs in the Faculty of Arts and Science. So once you have the code, it will lead you directly to that specific program, which makes it even easier to select that. And lastly, if it's an open program or even limited, you'll click on the enroll. For the open programs, you'll see confirmation that you're currently enrolled. However, for the limited programs, you'll have to wait, request and then wait for the check results period for you to determine if you've been admitted into the program or not. Now, some of the important information to know now is, what programs am I interested in? Are they in line with your career plans? Are you taking programs through your admission category? If it's different, we recommend booking an appointment with one of our academic advisors. Or the other option you have is booking a meeting with the Career Exploration and Education Office, where you get to meet a career educator and you get to explore the different options that you have to lead you to a program that will eventually lead you to your career path. And also another thing to be mindful of during this time is just making sure that you're enrolled in the courses you need for the program requirements. Again, this entails reviewing the academic calendar. If you're not sure about that, definitely book an appointment with one of our academic advisors or book an appointment and speak to the program or department office. And again, we went over the importance of having a backup plan. Make sure you have a backup plan should you not get into limited programs. Remember, you'll not be allowed to participate in course enrollment come July if you're not enrolled in the right program combination. And lastly, are you enrolled in any courses? Are you enrolled in any courses that you're interested in? If that's something that you're having a hard time with, definitely book an appointment with an advisor, and we can guide you through the process. As we get towards the end of our presentation, I just also wanted to go through some of the frequently asked questions. And these are, can I change my mind and switch programs? Absolutely, you can. You can switch your programs from your first year all the way up until your fourth year. We encourage students not to make many program changes, especially in your last year, as that means if you're not meeting all the program requirements in order to graduate, then that will delay your graduation plans. But students have the option of changing the programs as long as it's within the program enrollment period. And where do I go for advising regarding program enrollment? I'll be visiting the registrar's office or consulting the program's office. What options do you have should you not get into your desired programs? This is where the backup programs come in handy. Have a backup program to enroll in as you work towards the prerequisites to get into the program of your choice. And can I change or delete programs? Yes, you can do that. Again, just remember this can only be done during the program enrollment period, that is as of early March to late September. And lastly, do my transfer credits count towards specific program requirements? This is dependent and it's at the discretion of each academic unit that oversees the program. So definitely check in with them to make sure that they will take the transfer credit to count towards your program completion before you do that. And lastly, as we get to the very end, I'll welcome any questions. Should you need more one-on-one advising, I encourage you to book an appointment through the New College Registrar's office. You're also welcome to stop in person. We're located at 300 Huron Street, room 107. Another thing to be mindful of is that we have the Arts and Science Program Exploration Days coming up on February 28th and 29th. Again, you'll get to meet different alumni, faculty, and staff. So you're welcome to attend that and come with all the questions you have. I'll go ahead and stop the recording and I'll invite anyone who has questions to share that.